And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So, however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered in multiple ways. Alrighty, today's a big old Monday, folks. And today on the show, breaking down the NBA from last night, that great NBA Sunday. Once again, like we said yesterday, it's now NFL Sunday, but it kind of got the job done last night. A full day of NBA basketball, 1, 3, 6, 7 actually, 10 o'clock. So it was pretty good, but obviously no NFL Sunday, but NBA Sunday will have to suffice for the next few months out here. So the NBA Sunday that we all watched yesterday, we'll break that down, see how we fared in our bets overall from that great day. Break down the games on tonight, make some predictions on how we can make a little bit of money in the NBA tonight, some quick stories to touch on in the NFL, and then continuing on with our NFL final thoughts, this time talking and breaking down the AFC North, just getting our final thoughts down on every single team of what happened this season before the whirlwind of that offseason with news and information and revisionist history coming out for 7 straight months. Got to make sure that we get the what actually happened, the truth. Got to get the truth down on paper, folks, yes? So we'll break down the AFC North in our NFL final thoughts for today. But let's kick off the show. We'll start with the NBA and then shift gears to the NFL after that. But let's start here with the NBA and let's start breaking down what we all saw yesterday in the association. So first game up here is the Nets at the Celtics. And yes, sir, folks, Celtics get the dub. Celtics win 126-120. We took the Celtics -6. They win by 6. A little bit of a push there. Alrighty, but at the end of the day, the Celtics get it done, folks. And hey, we just had this team at number 2 in our power rankings, folks. So yes, they are definitely in contention of trying to move up to that number 1 seed by Friday when we reorder our power rankings. So Celtics beating the Nets, folks. Everybody kind of is high on the Nets. Everybody says this Nets team is the true championship contenders. We don't really believe in that. And they had Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving last night and still could not get the win. And once again, I don't know if Ben Simmons makes this team that much better. Ben Simmons is good and he'll be a good player on the Nets, but overall, is he going to be the one that is going to help beat the Celtics? If they have Ben Simmons, do the Celtics still win? I say yes, but everybody else in the national media thinks no. But Celtics beat the Nets, not no problem. But at the end of the day, the Celtics close in the fourth quarter. They get it done in the clutch shots by Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown had a huge clutch shots in the fourth quarter as well. And that's what we know this Celtics team is. They're dogs, folks. We love the Heat, but unfortunately, they had to forfeit their title of the dogs. And the Celtics were like, hey, there needs to be a new owner of the title, dogs. Yeah, we like that title. So yeah, now the new dogs of the NBA are the Boston Celtics. They dig in. They don't quit. Down, up, at halftime, down big. It doesn't matter. They will always stick to the course. They will stick to their game of basketball and close it out in the fourth quarter. And that's what the Celtics have been doing as of recently when they've been clawing their way back into the standings here. Let's get up their official look. I mean, look at this, folks. 5th in the Eastern Conference. Yes, and folks, they are only like a 2-game separation from the 5th seed to the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. Watch out for the Celtics team 8-2 in their last 10. A beautiful, magnificent team in the Boston Celtics, folks. We cannot gush over this team enough. And it really starts with Jason Tatum. 54 giant points last night, 8 of 15 from 3, shot 53% on 30 shots, 3 assists and 5 rebounds to go along with that. A plus 12 on the floor, the highest on the team, really by far, with anybody that had played meaningful minutes last night. So Jason Tatum once again gets no credit, folks. Everybody, I don't understand it, folks. We love Jason Tatum and we highly regard him as a superstar in this league, but nobody else gives this man credit. And once again, I'm waking up to news of, not to our liking. Last week, it was everybody kind of gushing over DeMar DeRozan and he should be, MVP front runner. We didn't agree with that. And now the new thing that we don't really kind of agree with the overall national narrative, media-wise and just kind of, regular fans-wise, is that Jason Tatum is a superstar in this league, folks. He has been carrying this Celtics team to relevance really over the last 3-4 years. I mean, him and Kyrie kind of came to the Celtics at the same time, and Kyrie got all the love and was kind of the face of the franchise for the Celtics, and that's fine. We understood that. But Kyrie left after 2 years, and ever since Kyrie Irving left, folks, Jason Tatum has been absolutely fantastic here for the Celtics and really was the only number one option on the team. Once again, after Kyrie left, it was only him and Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown's very, very good. We love him as kind of a number 2, a Robin, if you will, to Jason Tatum's Batman. We love it. But I mean, at the end of the day, that's his only best piece is Jaylen Brown. I mean, this man never had a good big. The man's always been playing with Enes Kanter and Daniel Tice, and now he has old Al Horford, who is still getting it done, so we do give him credit for that, and Robert Williams, who's very, very young and trying to emerge in this league. The man has really had no help his entire career when he had to kind of, become the number one option after Kyrie Irving. I mean, since the last 3 seasons, folks, averaging 23-7, the following year averaging 26-7, and then this season averaging 26-8. This man has gotten better every single year, folks, having to step up. Oh, no more Kyrie. I got to kind of, carry this entire Celtics team on my shoulders. Well, yeah, I can do it. This team has been relevant because of Jason Tatum, folks, and the fact that he is still not getting the respect he deserves, folks. We've got the proof right here. Nick Wright on his show, First Things First, this morning, saying that Jason Tatum is not a superstar, folks. Jason Tatum, he doesn't just say he's not a superstar. He says Jason Tatum is clearly and obviously not, all caps, not shouting at us, not one of those guys. It's kind of saying, and we're going to get into this in a second, because I do want to dive deep into this and, challenge our own thinking compared to what everybody else is saying, because that's what we love to do here on the show. So we will get into kind of the specifics of what he's saying. But I mean, this is what we're saying. Nobody gives respect to Jason Tatum carrying this Celtics team. It's the national media, and it's not just the national media, folks. I've got friends that are Boston Celtics fans, and when I talk Jason Tatum to them, they don't even gush about Jason Tatum, which I think it's just absolutely insane. And I've got other friends who aren't Celtics fans that just love the NBA, and they don't even count Jason Tatum as a superstar or kind of one of these top elite talents in the league. And I really just do not get that. I do not agree with any of them, any of the national media, not saying Jason Tatum is a superstar. We need to start giving respect to Jason Tatum, because without Jason Tatum, this Celtics team is one of the most irrelevant teams in the NBA, folks. Jason Tatum brings it all together. Yes, and really the only kind of knocking point that they have on Jason Tatum that everybody brings up is his a little bit of subpar field goal percentage, and I will kind of give y'all that. It's not great, it's not fantastic, it's average-ish. It is a hint of lackluster. Averaging a career 45% shooting from the field this season, kind of below average of what he averages at 43%. So that's really the biggest knocking point on Jason Tatum's superstar status, is his overall field goal percentage. But he's got, a pretty solid three-point percentage, averaging 38% from his career. Once again, his overall percentages shooting-wise have declined a tad this season. But they've always been on the uprise. Once again, in his stats, I mean, folks, we literally see him getting better and better and better and better and better his first 5 years in the league, folks. So still developing, still getting better. We love it, but right now we do still classify him as a superstar. Being the leader, still having to kind of, fluctuate from being the facilitator. We really got Marcus Smart stepping up at the guard position this season. So Jason Tatum doesn't really kind of have to facilitate the floor anymore. He can just kind of truly lock into shooting and just being a nice defender for the Celtics team. But, Jason Tatum, I would say, is a superstar in this league. So let's kind of dive into that superstar, not superstar title. So this is kind of why Nick Wright says that Jason Tatum is not a superstar, because he prefaced it by saying this, quote, "Superstar is a very specific term in the NBA. At any given time, there can't be more than 12 guys. There's typically only 7 or 8. Now, yeah, that I do agree with that. Once again, using the word superstar, we interchange superstar, A1, tier 1, all that. They're just interchangeable words. So yeah, we definitely agree with that. We don't want kind of the highest category flooded, folks, because that just waters it down. Why we have a big problem with the NFL Hall of Fame. It's just watered down now. So when people want to keep, great Super Bowl champion winners, I'm looking at you, Julian Edelman, when they want to keep him out of the Hall of Fame, we're like, what are you, crazy? Do you see who you already have in the Hall of Fame, and you're going to keep this guy out? Multiple Super Bowl winner with multiple rings, coming up big time clutch in all those Super Bowls. You're not going to get him in. That's where we kind of run into the issue with the Hall of Fame, because it is watered down and you guys are keeping, great generational talent out of it. So yeah, having these kind of elite exclusive superstar categories, A1 tier 1 category, we've got no problem with that, and we welcome it. We don't want anything flooded, and we do want the highest tier, whatever you kind of count that as, whether it's superstar, whether it is kind of a tier 1, an A1 tier 1, whatever your word is for kind of the upper echelon, the elite category in NBA players, or just players in general. Yeah, we don't want it too diluted. So we will kind of, agree with these terms that Nick Wright is kind of setting out here. Let's have no more than 12 max when we're talking about superstars, and let's see if we can try to fit it in maybe even 7 or 8 players and see where that takes us in regards to Jason Tatum, whether he is a superstar or is not a superstar. So let's dive into this, folks, and let's challenge ourselves. Can we truly fit Jason Tatum into that superstar category? So let's quickly run through the teams in the NBA and count the superstars in the NBA. We can try to go over this. We'll try to, do this as quickly as possibly, but as in-depth as possibly, folks, because this Jason Tatum debate, it's really been kind of brewing in me since even really last year. 3 years ago, I was ready to call Jason Tatum a superstar. I've been sitting and waiting for y'all to kind of realize and wake up of, hey, Jason Tatum is a superstar, folks. I'm pretty sure we've been, on record here calling Jason Tatum a superstar dating back to last season, folks. So I've been waiting for y'all to wake up and realizing, for the light bulb to go off and be like, man, that's a bad man out there. Yeah, he's the real deal. He's a superstar in the league. And here I am waiting around. Year 1 never came. Year 2 still never coming. And now this year, we're halfway into the season. We just put the Celtics at the number 2 seed in our power rankings, and Jason Tatum is still not getting the respect he truly deserves. deserves. What the heck is taking y'all so long? Please, let's respect Jason Tatum, please. And I really just don't understand. I don't understand the hold back on it, folks. Y'all are ready to kind of gush over players, instantly. And Jason Tatum, who's been proving himself for 5 straight years, especially these last 3 years with no Kyrie Irving, this man is still not getting the respect he deserves. I think I've had enough, folks. I think I've waited as long as I can before we have to kind of start. Once again, we don't like saying kind of our take and our opinion is the number one right decision and everybody has to think like that. But I have to kind of pull out the card here, I think, a little bit. So let's dive into investigate this Jason Tatum superstar, not superstar discussion. Let's see what players we're putting in front of him, putting behind him, and all that. So we're going to be naming superstars in the NBA according to the on any team. So here we go, superstars in the league, and we're just going to go team by team here, quickly. Here we go. Team number 1 up is the Miami Heat, and their best player would be Jimmy Butler. And honestly, if you're not counting Jason Tatum a superstar, I'm not counting Jimmy Butler a superstar. He's an all-star, very good player, but if you have Jimmy Butler as a superstar and don't have Jason Tatum, that's just ridiculous. So I'm not counting Jimmy Butler as a superstar, and that's no disrespect to Jimmy Butler or the Heat. We love both of them, but Jimmy Butler's not a superstar in the league, so not counting Jimmy Butler. Then we go to the 76ers and Joel Embiid. I put Joel Embiid a superstar, absolutely. We also have now newly acquired James Harden, and so I think we have to kind of say James Harden is a superstar as well. So that's 2 spots taken up by one team. Then we go to the Bucks, and obviously Giannis. Yes, Giannis, big superstar, absolutely dominant. Just won the NBA championship, just won an MVP. Superstar, yes sir. So Giannis. Yes, absolutely superstar. Then we go to the Bulls and DeMar DeRozan. I'm not counting him a superstar. Zach LaVine, I'm not going to count him a superstar. And Vucevic, he's not a superstar either. Lonzo Ball's not a superstar. Now, if you want to count Kobe White as a superstar, he's a bench superstar. Absolutely, count him. But I would say no superstars with the Bulls. Then we get to the Celtics, and we're going to I'm going to put Jason Tatum. I'm putting Jason Tatum in the superstar category. And once again, once we're at the end of naming all the superstars, if it is more than the kind of number 12 that Nick Wright put out there, then we'll kind of have to reevaluate. But I'm putting Jason Tatum in there right now, folks. So we are at 4 superstars at the current moment. Then we go to the Cavs, and, Darius Garland, Jared Allen, we love them. No superstars. Evan Mobley, the rookie, rising up and coming, potential cracks as superstar, but obviously not at the current moment. Then we go to the Raptors, and Siakam, very good, all-star. Fred VanVleet's good. I don't even know if I call him an all-star, though, even though I believe he was voted. Well, he was in the three-point contest, so if you want to count that as all-star, go ahead. But I would say no superstars with the Raptors. The Hornets, LaMelo Ball on his way to becoming a superstar. The Nets, you got Kevin Durant. Now, the interesting discussion comes with Kyrie Irving. Is he a superstar? And, he's very, very good. Don't get me wrong, superstar. I think you can make the argument, but I know I'll get killed if I don't put him in. So let me just kind of please y'all for a minute, folks. I'll please y'all for a minute. Put Kyrie Irving in the superstar category. And once again, we will see how many we get. And if we have to kind of cut some to get under that kind of 12 number, we'll see who we have to take out. For the Hawks, are we putting Trae Young in superstar category? That's a tough one, folks. That's kind of a balancer. On off, really kind of right on that crack of in, not in for superstar. But for Trae Young this season, I think he's taken a little bit of a step back. So maybe last year superstar, maybe kind of lost it a little bit this season. So we'll keep Trae Young out of the superstar category. Then the last teams in the Eastern Conference have none. The Wizards, Kyle Kuzma, no. Bradley Beal, no. Porzingis, no. He didn't make his debut last night, though. Can't wait to talk about that. The Knicks, Julius Randle, laughable. RJ Barrett, maybe potentially in a couple of years, but not right now. Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, maybe in a few years. For the Pistons, Cade Cunningham, maybe in a few years. Jeremy Grant, no. And then for the Magic, nobody there. So just in the Eastern Conference, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. That's half just in the Eastern Conference. So, all right, we're close to or halfway to our 12 number. Let's go to the Western Conference now and count these superstars. Alrighty, first team up here is the Suns, and we love DeAndre Ayton, but not counting him a superstar at the current moment. We got Chris Paul. We could put him in superstar. We get Devin Booker, once again, maybe right on the crack of superstar, non-superstar, but I will put Devin Booker in superstar category at the current moment. All right, then we go into the Warriors, and yeah, we got to put Steph Curry as superstar, absolutely. Maybe has lost the superstar title for maybe the last 3 weeks. So maybe at the current moment, just right now, based on what he did like the last 3 weeks, we don't put him in superstar, but at the end of the day, he's superstar, folks. Then we go to the Grizzlies and Ja Morant. I mean, what he's doing this season, I think we have to recognize him a little bit as a superstar, so let's put Ja Morant in here. We go to the Grizzlies, or to the Jazz now, Donovan Mitchell. Not putting Rudy Gobert in superstar category, but Donovan Mitchell, very, very close, in or out, but I think I'm going to keep him out for the current moment, folks. And I know it's real debatable, real in or out, right on that fine line of superstar, non-superstar, but I think I'm going to keep him out just for right now. Then we get the Mavericks and Luka Doncic. I mean, we got to respect what Luka can do, folks. And I think we do have to realize that he is a superstar in this league. Then we go to the Nuggets. And yeah, we got to respect our man Jokic, the Joker, the big. This is a Big's world. The defending, reigning MVP. Give this man some credit. Jokic getting it done last night as well, winning in overtime. Bango, bango. Jokic, superstar. Not apologizing to that, folks. I know a lot of y'all don't love Jokic and he's not good. He's overrated. Blah, 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 blah. Save it, folks. We don't do that over here. The man's fantastic. For the Timberwolves, I mean, potential rising superstars, absolutely. Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell may be able to crack superstar at maybe one point in his career. Not right now, though. And then Anthony Edwards, yeah, watch out for that, man. 2 more years, superstar. We could potentially be seeing that, so gear up for that. Not at the current moment, though. Clippers, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. I don't know if I count Paul George a superstar, folks. Kawhi Leonard, I think that's a little debatable. It's real close. Kawhi Leonard is more closer to a superstar than Paul George, and I think I will put Kawhi in the superstar category because I want to kind of see how it all plays out at the end. So I will give credit to Kawhi Leonard. But once again, currently he's not playing, so I don't know if we can put him right now. When he comes healthy, yeah, we put him in superstar category, but let's take him out right now because he is not playing. So at the current moment, yeah, I mean, what Nick Wright, the question proposed right here is that this is kind of a rolling list. There really can't be more than 12 at any given time. At any given time, there can't be more than 12. So yeah, this is a rolling list, and I would say that we're not going to add Kawhi Leonard because he's not playing right now. So yeah, we're going to take him out right there. This is a rolling right now, as of right now list, and I can't put Kawhi Leonard in there. All right, so let's keep going here. What do we leave off? The Lakers, obviously got to put LeBron. Anthony Davis having a tough season. He lost his superstar status. If he was having the superstar status last season, he lost it from last season to this season, not counting him a superstar. And Russell Westbrook, we love him to death, love him to pieces, but we can't put that man in superstar status. For the Pelicans, yeah, we love Valanciunas, we love Brandon Ingram, we love McCollum, no superstar. Zion can definitely be a superstar when he comes back. For the Blazers, Damian Lillard can be a superstar, but once again, he's been injured, not at the current moment. The Spurs, nobody superstar status. The Kings, Sabonis, no. De'Aaron Fox, potentially his career is being wasted in Sacramento, but not a superstar at the current moment. The Thunder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic, not a superstar. And then for the Rockets, Christian Wood, very good, not a superstar, all that. So we ran through all the lists, and here we go, folks. What are number of total superstars in the league at the current moment? We got Joel Embiid, James Harden, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Ja Morant, Luka Doncic, Jokic, and LeBron. That's 13. So if we have to shave one person out to get to that 12 bar, once again, we have to take it at the current moment. The current moment, folks. This is a rolling list, and I'm taking Kyrie Irving out of superstar status, and that gives us the 12, with Jason Tatum being in the discussion, being actually in the club, the exclusive club of superstars. So there it is, Nick Wright. I've got 12, and I got Jason Tatum in the 12. Now, Nick Wright goes on to say that there's typically 7 or 8. So at 12, we got Jason Tatum. Now, if we want to shave this list down to only 7 or 8 of all the names that we just said, if we have to start taking some names out of superstar status at the current moment, we that's tough to shave this list down. I think the first one having to kind of be taken off superstar mode, do we do Chris Paul? Is that disrespectful? I know he's probably playing some of the best basketball that we've seen, and it's very, very good. Do we take, I mean, it's really tough to shave this down to 7 or 8. Man, oh man. Number 2, and I know I'm going to get pushback for this, but if I have to shave somebody else out, and I know I'm going to get pushback on this, but I think the next person we eliminate from the list would be Devin Booker. The next one, I would have to do Ja Morant, and this is truly unfortunate, but I mean, the impactful, meaningful wins as of recently, I don't know. So now we're at 9. Got to shave one more down to get to that 8 number. Our remaining list, to remind everybody, refresh everybody, we got Joel Embiid, James Harden, Giannis, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, Jokic, and LeBron, and that's at 9. Can't really take LeBron out. The man just dropped 50 plus. What was it, 57? Jeez Louise. Jokic's fantastic. Luka Doncic is getting it done. They just won without him 1 point. Steph Curry, I know, and this one's going to get pushed back as well, but at the current moment, Steph Curry's been a little lackluster. This Warriors team is dropping, so I think I take Steph Curry out of it to get under the 8 bar that Nick Wright is setting here, and I still got Jason Tatum, folks. Now, I will say this, to get it down to 7, I think the next one that we do cut would be Jason Tatum. Would be, but I mean, folks, we hit that 12 mark that he set himself. We didn't set the 12 bar. I think I would go up to maybe 15, but that's just me. But I get it, the exclusivity, I get it, folks. I don't want a league overrun by superstars. I don't want that. I don't want anything watered down. So we met him at the 12. We met him at the 8. If you really want to kind of get down, nitpicky here, he says there's a typically only 7 or 8. So if you do want to go down to 7, I guess we don't have Jason Tatum in top 7, but top 8, yes, top 12, yes, which is considered superstar according to Nick Wright. So yes, I do have Jason Tatum as a superstar, folks. Jason Tatum is a superstar in this league, and I'm not apologizing for it. Well, y'all give some mother love and respect to this man. 54 points on 53% shooting, a plus 12 against the Nets. I mean, who everybody calls is the best team in the league, the team to beat in the NBA Finals. We don't agree with any of that, folks. We don't even have them in our top 10, and I don't even think we have them cracking the top 13, 15. So that's y'all's narrative, and Jason Tatum just dropped 54 on their head. So what are we talking about? No, DeMar DeRozan is not MVP number one. We saw that this week. Yes, the Bulls couldn't beat anybody good. And now Jason Tatum is a superstar. Yes, stop disrespecting. Well, y'all don't know when to disrespect and when to respect. Y'all got it backwards, folks. Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar. There it is. There's the official stamp. Y'all made me get out the word bona fide. Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar in this league, folks. The conversation is done. The debate is over. We've ruled, folks. We're takes by fans. We take everybody's narrative, everybody's take, everybody's opinion, and we run it through us over here. We weigh it all. We talk through it all. That's what we do here on the show. And here it is. I'm making the official ruling on the fans and everything that the fans say. Anybody that has ever had a take, we've taken that into consideration, and we have formed, folks, that Jason Tatum is a superstar. Stamped of approval right here, right now. Jason Tatum officially being inducted into that great superstar category in the NBA, folks. March 7th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Congratulations, Jason Tatum. You, my friend, are a superstar. It's long overdue, folks. I wanted to give this man the Superstar Award 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. But y'all kept making me wait because y'all weren't ready. Well, now we're putting our foot down, and yes, officially the day has come. Jason Tatum is a superstar. Congratulations, Jason Tatum. Welcome to the club. You are it. Continue dominating for the Celtics team, and I'll have this Celtics team. It's trending this way, folks. Nothing's set in stone, but it is trending that the Celtics will be the number one team in our power rankings come Friday when we re-update the list. I think I've already seen enough what we've needed to see. The Jazz lost against the Pelicans a few days ago. Celtics just beat the Nets. I think I've seen enough, but we will wait till Friday officially. But I think we've seen enough, folks, if you know what I'm talking about. So, Jason Tatum's a superstar, folks. There it is. There it is. There it is. Respect it. I don't know what y'all want from me. It's set in stone. I put down the verdict. I put down the ruling. The gavel has hit, folks. Did you not hear it? There it is. The gavel sounding. There it is. We can't change it. Jason Tatum, a superstar from here on out. And we'll let you know when he loses the superstar designation, but I don't see that happening. So well done, Jason Tatum. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. You are a superstar. The debate is over. Let's stop disrespecting Jason Tatum now, please. Please, jeez. All right. So what a great way to start the show. Yes, 30 minutes on Jason Tatum being a superstar. Start respecting him, folks. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, we're on the same page now. Jason Tatum is a superstar moving forward. All right, back to the game. Here we go. Jason Tatum, fantastic. 54 points, 5 rebounds, getting it done. Jaylen Brown, 21 points, 3 steals, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, getting it done. Clutch shots in the fourth quarter. Marcus Smart continuing doing what we want him to do. 14 points, 9 assists. Al Horford still getting it done. 13 points, 7 rebounds. And Robert Williams at the 5, 10 points, 8 rebounds, getting it done. The bench, once again, letting us down a little bit. Even Derek White playing 20 minutes. 6 points on 3 shots. Need him to be a little bit more aggressive out there, but Jason Tatum was kind of having his way. So Derek White was just like, yeah, you do you. I'll be in the background, and it helped out for the Celtics winning the game. All right, and then for the Nets last night, we had Kevin Durant, 37 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, shooting 4 of 9 from the 3, 57%. Classic Kevin Durant game. Kyrie Irving, a little lackluster overall. He had 19 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Not bad, but this is not Kyrie Irving. And once again, I mean, if we're talking about superstars, folks, and, you're giving me the choice between Kyrie Irving and Jason Tatum, I'm going Jason Tatum, folks. I'm not buying that Kyrie Irving is the superstar. He's fantastic. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong, he can make some big time clutch shots, but for every regular season game in, game out, I'm taking Jason Tatum over Kyrie Irving. Big big shot needed, big time game, finals, anything like that. We haven't seen Jason Tatum reach the finals. We've seen Kyrie Irving go crazy over Steph Curry and shot over Steph Curry to kind of win the game, ice the game in the finals. So I got to respect Kyrie Irving, and I obviously do for that one shot, really kind of alone. But, for an entire season, Jason Tatum or Kyrie Irving, I'm going Jason Tatum, folks. I'm going Jason Tatum. That's all there is to it. So Kyrie Irving, 19.6 assists. Seth Curry, 8 points, 1 assist, letting us down a little bit. We still need Seth Curry to kind of, be a huge force offensively for this team. Is still, especially without Ben Simmons. So Seth Curry only 8 points. Need that jacked up more. Andre Drummond, 6 points, 7 rebounds, just okay-ish. LaMarcus Aldridge, 14 points, 5 rebounds coming off the bench. Love that. And then Goran Dragic also coming off the bench, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 1 of 2 from the 3. Could be a little bit better. So Nets, they are kind of, this is probably the best the Nets have been, just because they're more deep than they have been with James Harden early in the season. So the Nets are getting better. I am starting to kind of come around to liking this Nets team overall, but we'll see how Ben Simmons fits into this scheme and where the leadership comes from. And once again, they were competitive against the Celtics the entire game. This wasn't a blowout from start to finish by the Celtics. And the Nets just couldn't close out in the fourth quarter. So we still need to kind of see that killer instinct by somebody who's going to take the final shots, who's going to kind of command the ball when they're down to come back and tie the game, potentially win the game. So we got to see the Nets in that situation. Can they close out games like that? So that is still up in the air. And until they get that figured out, we're really not going to be buying into the Nets that much. But they are slowly getting there, and we'll see how Ben Simmons ties it all together. But Jason's superstar Tatum gets it done, and they get the win, 126-120. Alrighty, okay, let's run through the rest of these games very, very quickly. Spend a lot of time on Jason Tatum, which I wanted to do because this really has been eating me up. So I've got no problem spending all that time on Jason Tatum. We did kind of expect it, but so let's run through the rest of these games a little bit more quickly out here. So here we go. Next game up, we got the Suns at the Bucks, and the Bucks get it done. And this Bucks team needs to be high alert to dangerous now because we've seen this for maybe kind of like the last 3-4 games in a row. This is starting to get very concerning. Good concerning for the Bucks, bad concerning for everybody else that has to face the Bucks. This Bucks team is, oh my goodness, locking it up and getting it done in the fourth quarter, folks. The Suns were winning this game all game long, folks, all game long. But the fourth quarter, the end of the fourth quarter, this Bucks team, they are just so good. They can close out so good, folks. And the Bucks ended up winning by 10 points. When you were watching this game all throughout, you're like, oh, the Bucks, there's no way covering this game. And on the show, our morning show, yesterday, talking about this game, we loved the value. It started at Bucks minus 8.5. We locked it in at that. And then when we were talking about it, it dropped from 8.5 to Bucks minus 7.5. And we loved it. And we were gushing over the value. And it kept dropping. And we told y'all to kind of hold off on betting it for it to drop even more. But that didn't happen because at game time, it went back up from 7.5 to minus 9 by the Bucks. So the line was changing all game long. And on the show, we said we would endorse it all the way up to Bucks minus 9.5 because we thought the Bucks would win by 10 or more, and the Bucks did win by 10. But throughout this entire game, I was like, this is not hitting. Heading into the fourth quarter, this is not hitting. Maybe even about 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 6 minutes left, 4, 5, I would say 5. I think it was at 5 minutes. I was like, this is not hitting. And then it flipped, and the Bucks ended up winning the game and won by 10, 132-122. So we've seen this Bucks team not like be dominant in the first half and then close out games in the fourth quarter. Who have we seen this by, folks? We've seen it by the Bucks, we've seen it by the 76ers, and we just kind of saw the Celtics close out these games as well. So these are teams you need to be afraid of. Winning in the fourth quarter, folks, that's so big, that's everything, and it needs to be weighed so much more than really everything else stat-wise when you're talking about who's a good team, how you order teams, how you power rank teams. So watch out for this Bucks team to climb the power rankings come Friday, but watch out when you have to face this Bucks team. Everything could be going good. You have an 8, 7, maybe even a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter. It's not safe, folks. This Bucks team, that means they're well coached and they got leadership on the floor. That's what winning in the fourth quarter, dominating late in the fourth quarter, overcoming deficits in the fourth quarter, that's what it shows. Great leadership by the coaching position and great leadership by your superstars, and the superstars of Giannis and especially Chris Middleton got it done last night for the Bucks, especially in crunch time. Chris Middleton, 44 points on 59% shooting. Wonderful performance by Chris Middleton, and we see this all the time by Chris Middleton. He steps up big time. He gets it going, gets it done in the playoffs. So Chris Middleton, we got to respect him anymore. I know I am hard on Chris Middleton, and I really have to kind of stop being as hard on Chris Middleton as we are, and really have to start embracing this man more. So, Chris Middleton, I would like to offer a little apology to you. We're gonna be talking about highly Chris Middleton, really kind of from here on out. Really just kind of wonderful performance last night. It was absolutely fantastic. So, Chris Middleton, 44 points, 5 assists, 8 rebounds, a plus 21 on the floor. That was the biggest plus minus by the Bucks last night, so shout out to that. Giannis was a minus 8 on the floor. I mean, that's the comparison. Chris Middleton a plus 21, Giannis a minus 8, and Chris Middleton only played 4 more minutes, so big time credit to Chris Middleton last night. Giannis, 19 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. They went to Chris Middleton to kind of close out the game in the fourth quarter. So, once again, big props to Chris Middleton. When he's called upon to get it done, Chris Middleton is not commanding to be the number one option on this team. He knows that goes to Giannis, absolutely 100%. But Chris Middleton, when everything else is a little lackluster, when his time comes, he steps it up big time. And that's really where our apology is coming from. It's always just kind of in the regular season. We wish a little bit more in the regular season games, but I think I'm nitpicking. I think I'm just asking for a little bit too much overall, something unrealistically too much. So that's where the apology is coming in from Chris Middleton. So Chris Middleton, we absolutely respect the heck out of you, and well done for getting it done last night. Bobby Portis still playing the 5, 9.6 rebounds, 2 of 5 from the 3. Grayson Allen, 10.6 rebounds. He shot 2 of 3 from the 3, hit a nice clutch shot in the second half, so we give Grayson Allen some credit. And then Drew Holiday holding it down as always, 24 points, 4 steals, 9 assists, exactly what we love to see. And now we got bench production from the Bucks bench here. Serge Ibaka, 14 points, 10 rebounds, love that. And we've always known Serge Ibaka can play. Our beef with Serge Ibaka at the trade deadline is not with Serge Ibaka. It's that they gave up guard depth. We didn't want this Bucks team to exchange guard depth for big depth. We still love Serge Ibaka and know what he can bring. What was it, 2 years ago when he was on the Raptors, getting it done for them, coming off the bench, and I think it was starting for a decent period stretch of games, and he was getting it done, shooting the 3. He's a big that can hit the 3. He can rebound. He can do it all. Play defense. So we love Serge Ibaka, but we'll see if this Bucks team can continue, and they have been. So really, it should be a non-narrative, a non-topic anymore, because once again, this Bucks team closing out in the fourth quarter. Who cares what their depth is? They're getting it done with their starters. So it's not a concern as of right now. We'll see if it pops its head up, and if it does, show its head, we can trace it back to when it happened. But until it comes, I don't think we're going to be bringing up that narrative anymore. So once again, congratulations to the Bucks. This is real dangerous and really eye-opening that they're doing this consistently, and it's big old green flags all the way around. So Bucks, they're making their way up, trending up on our power rankings, absolutely. So Serge Ibaka gets it done off the bench, and then Jordan Nora off the bench. 12 points, 5 rebounds on 50% shooting. Could have been more efficient from the 3, shot 1 of 6, but overall, we'll take 12 points, absolutely. So well done for the Bucks getting the win against the Suns team that had no Chris Paul, no Devin Booker, and no Cameron Johnson out here. So, well done for the Suns of being competitive, and this is great by the Suns as well. Missing everybody and still getting great productions really from everybody that started, and once again, you're filling all these kind of starting roles with the bench. It's still depth ability by the Suns. So here we go. This was their starting lineup. Cameron Payne at the 1, Landry Shaman at the 2, McCall Bridges at the 3, Jay Crowder at the 4, and DeAndre Ayton at the 5. And man, oh man, a great performance by really everybody from the Suns starters. DeAndre Ayton, 30 points, 8 rebounds, and we're so grateful. I guess we're so grateful that DeAndre Ayton, the big, is commanding the offense, commanding the ball. He took 19 shots. That was tied for the most with with Cameron Payne, both taking 19 shots. But DeAndre Ayton, being that great big that he is, this is a bigs world, and he goes for 30 points and 8 rebounds. Highest score, highest rebounder, getting it done for the Suns last night. We absolutely love the aggressive, dominant DeAndre Ayton. Yes, sir, going a little bit on his Bam Adebayo, if you will. Jay Crowder, 19 points, shot 4 of 8 from the 3. He steps up his overall scoring production, and Jay Crowder hit a big time 3 in the fourth quarter when the game was still close between the Bucks and the Suns. So Jay Crowder still a really great piece for the Suns team. We absolutely love it. McCall Bridges, 14 points. Landry Shamet, 17 points, 5 assists. Cameron Payne, 23 points, 8 assists. So everybody in the starting lineup, fantastic. And then the bench could have been a little bit better, but Aaron Holiday had 8 points on 57% shooting on 7 shots, so we will give him credit for that. So Suns kept it close all game long until the end of the fourth quarter, where the Bucks turned it on, flipped the switch, and closed out the game, winning 132-122. Alrighty, here we go. Keep going on here. Next game up, Pacers at the Wizards, and Kristaps Porzingis makes his debut, folks, and sheesh, what a debut it was. 25 points, led the team in scoring, 5 rebounds for Kristaps Porzingis on this Wizards team, and the Wizards get the win 133-123 over the Pacers. So once again, classic Pacers, but alright, some maybe buyability. I would definitely say bettability is now there with this Wizards team with Kristaps Porzingis. They still have their work cut out for them. They're 2 games back in the Eastern Conference from being in the 10th seed for the play-in tournament, currently at the 11th seed. So Wizards, they got a chance to make a little splash, a little noise of getting into the playoffs, so which I kind of am rooting for. I want to see Porzingis in the playoffs and how far Kyle Kuzma and Kristaps Porzingis can take it. So, Wizards at the 11th seed in the Eastern Conference, clawing their way back. We love it. But back to the game here. Porzingis, 25 points, 5 rebounds. Kyle Kuzma, 23 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. Great game by Kyle Kuzma. He's stepping it up here. More a new kind of energy, new blood in this Wizards team. So expect this Wizards team to truly kind of, be competitive and try to get into that playoff picture in the play-in tournament. So, yeah, I'm talking up the bettability. I'm kind of convincing myself, folks. I can't wait for the next Wizards game because I really want to bet on it big time. And if this Wizards team getting any points, I think I don't even care who they're facing. I take it. I put my life on it. I put everything, I put my savings on it. I just want to go out and bet this Wizards team, folks. So shout out to the Wizards. So Kyle Kuzma gets it done. Porzingis gets it done. KCP, 19 points, 5 assists, gets it done. And then the bench, man, oh man. Denny Avdija, 10 points, 7 rebounds off the bench. Daniel Gafford, 10 points. Ish Smith, 13 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. Thomas Satoransky, 10 points. So, yeah. Watch out. We may see a little bit of a resurgence by Washington here, folks. Get ready and get your wallets ready because I think we're going to be cashing in with them over maybe the next 2 weeks. We'll see how long we can ride this wave. And then for the Pacers last night, once again, losing. Tyrese Halliburton, are you doing what we've asked you? Taking the most shots, being unapologetic about it? No, he took only 11 shots. He had 15 points. We give him a little credit. He had 11 assists, which we absolutely love. 7 rebounds, fantastic. So he's doing it all. Scoring, facilitating, defending. We get it, but it's got to be more. Once again, they're not winning. You're not winning games. Even with Porzingis, with the Wizards, this is still a winnable game by the Pacers who aren't winning the game. So Tyrese Halliburton, please get the message. The earlier the better. You still are losing, so who cares what your stats are looking like right now? Be dominant, be commanding with the ball, please. We had Buddy Hield, 19 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds. Once again, good. 2 of 7 from the 3, though. Could be a little bit better. O'Shea Brissett, 8 points on 22% shooting. Once again, there's nobody to be really reliant upon here. Malcolm Brogdon, he had 27 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. All that is pretty good, but shot 47% on 17 shots, 0-4 from the 3. Once again, Tyrese Haliburton. It's not like you've got great players on this team that you're like, you don't want to step on their toes because they're so good. We're getting lackluster play, nothing fantastic. Tyrese Haliburton, please be dominant, be commanding, take control of this team. Sheesh. Goga Batadze, 20 points off the bench, wonderful, magnificent. And Dwayne Washington, 11 points coming off the bench as well. But once again, it's all for nothing. They put up 123 points, looks good, but you lose by 10 still. So Wizards get to win, 133-123. Tyrese Haliburton, when will you take over? Please, sooner rather than later. All right, next game up here, and maybe a little bit of a reason why we kind of took Ja Morant out of the superstar category when we were narrowing it down from 12 to 8. Maybe, well, this is a little bit of a reason right here, because they just lost to the Rockets. They lost to the Rockets, folks, by 11. Oh, no. Rockets win 123-112 over the Grizzlies. Unacceptable. Losing against the Rockets is unacceptable, folks. 1 trillion% unacceptable. And if you lose to the Rockets, this should be a new rule this season. If you lose to the Rockets, you should be exiled from the league for the remainder of the season. This should be an elimination. There should be no playoffs. You should just keep playing until you lose to the Rockets, and then you're out, and the last team standing wins the championship. That really should be what that should be the way this season operates for the remainder of the year. But that's not going to happen, but that's how it should happen. But Rockets get the win. Christian Wood, 28 points, 13 rebounds, being dominant. That's what we love of Christian Wood, and we want to see it more continuous and coming along with wins as well, but we know that's a lot to ask for. So Christian Wood has a great night. Kevin Porter Jr. has a great night, 29 points, 5 assists, and Jalen Green has a great night, 24 points, 8 rebounds. And this is kind of the big 3. These are their 3 best players. So getting this level of production out of them, all on the same game that results in a win, yeah, this is what the Rockets could be at maximum strength and maximum consistency. So I doubt it holds. It won't hold. I know it won't hold, but it's good that we saw it once, right? And then Eric Gordon helping out with 12.6 rebounds and even a bench contribution. Garrison Matthews, 10 points, 2 steals, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. Yeah, we'll take that. So well done for the Rockets' big 3. The first time we've said that all year long. Well, better late than ever. And then for the Grizzlies, a bad loss, a really bad loss here. I mean, they shot abysmal, folks. 5 of 26 from the 3. They shot 19%, and this is kind of the kryptonite of the Grizzlies. When they're not hitting from 3, they are not hitting from 3, and really at their best, they're not the greatest 3-point shooters. Ja Morant is not a 3-point shooter, folks. I don't know what y'all know and don't know about Ja Morant, but the man is not a 3-point shooter, so this Grizzlies team can't hit a 3, and you really still need that's what today's NBA is. You need a big, and you need to be able to hit the 3. And if your big can hit the 3, like Karl Anthony Towns, like Joel Embiid, like Giannis now, Giannis can hit the 3 now. Yeah, honestly, yeah, this is how crazy I'm going to get with it, folks. If you gave me a 3-point competition shootout between Ja Morant and Giannis, as of right now, I'm taking Giannis, folks. And you know how crazy that is to say? I'm saying it. So yeah, this Grizzlies team shooting 19% from the 3, folks. Jeez Louise. So that was their downfall last night. Ja Morant, 22 points, 6 assists. He shot 35% from the field as well. 0 of 3 from the 3. Definitely needs to be more consistent on that front. Desmond Bane, 28 points, really well done. He was really the only one that had a really good game overall. He shot 4 of 9 from the 3, put up 28 points. All that was fantastic. Steven Adams even put up 23 points and 12 rebounds, and that's how you know it's desperate scoring-wise when you get Steven Adams putting up 20 or more points. Oof. Then we have Jaren Jackson Jr., 8 points on 50% shooting. Zaire Williams, 2 points on 33% shooting. Kyle Anderson, 3 points on 16% shooting. DeAnthony Melton, 5 points on 25% shooting. Tyus Jones, 9 points on 36% shooting. You're not winning games like that, and we saw that last night. The Grizzlies lose to the Rockets, 123-112. Oof, big time unfortunate. All right, and once again, big spreads, all that. Why we want to stay away from them. Who would have ever thought the Grizzlies would lose to the Rockets? Unfortunate. All right, next game up here, we got the Jazz at the Thunder, and the Jazz get it done, winning 116-103. All right, here we go. Jazz back on track, so that's great. Coming off their loss against the Pelicans. So dominant win against the Thunder, kind of, re-established their dominance and all that. And we had Bojan Bogdanovic, our man, 35 points. The man shot 11 of 18 from the three. You know what the Grizzlies were saying watching this? They're like, that's possible? You can do that? You can attempt 18 threes and shoot 11 of them and make 11 of them? What the heck? I didn't even know that was possible. I think the Grizzlies thought they were watching a magic show, watching the Jazz, a fake NBA game. They were like, what? We can do this? This is possible? What? So Bogdanovic gets it done, leading scorer, 35 points. Fantastic. We love Bogdanovic. Rudy Gobert, the 12 points, 17 rebounds, fantastic. Donovan Mitchell, 24 points, 10 assists. There was no Mike Conley last night, so Donovan Mitchell slides over to the 1, and Trent Forrest takes that kind of starting number 2 spot, and Trent Forrest had 6 points and 6 assists. Definitely not Donovan Mitchell-esque, definitely not Mike Conley-esque, but, that's what when you only have to be kind of the fourth option out here, you don't need to really do anything special. So, well done for Trent Forrest of just kind of being a game manager out there in the starting lineup. And then Jordan Clarkson, as always, took the most shots in the bench, even though he only played 27 minutes, and put up 20 points. So Jordan Clarkson doing his classic Jordan Clarkson thing, but it's enough for the Jazz to get the win. So shout out to that. All right, and then for the Thunder, once again, just Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out there by his lonesome, 33 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. Man, oh man. I mean, you got to feel so sorry for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, this man has been getting it done with no Luguentz Dort and no Josh Giddey. Just him by his lonesome, and he's still putting 30-plus points every single game, 8-plus assists every single game, 8-plus rebounds every single game. So, man, oh man, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is truly the real deal, a great guard in today's NBA. Just unfortunately, they've got no pieces around him. So, Puko Savetsky still in the starting lineup, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, solid play overall, but you're going to need a little bit more than just a little Puko Savetsky out here to start winning games. So, Thunder, shout out to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but man, oh man, that team around him is absolutely atrocious. Oh my goodness. So, Jazz get the win, 116-103. Alrighty, next game up here is the Raptors and the Cavs, and a game that we took last night, Cavs -4, and they win by 8, 104-96 over the Raptors. No Fred VanVleet last night, and once again, this Cavs team only -4. We knew that was fantastic value. So the Cavs get the win. Also, no Karis LeVert, and we knew Karis LeVert was a game-time decision, ends up not playing, and still covers the 4 points and all that. So Cavaliers trying to get back on track here. Darius Garland, 17 points, 10 assists, magnificent play. Jared Allen letting us down big time, and we hope he's not banged up. The man potentially fractured a finger and all that, and I think he had something with his leg and all that. So Jared Allen really hoping he's not banged up. Only played 10 minutes last night, and the Cavs still got the win. I mean, this was a real good win by the Cavs, and once again, why the Raptors have truly fallen off the face of the earth. We give this team a compliment one time, and they decide to go absolutely ghost after the All-Star break. Big time disappointed in Nick Nurse and the entire roster of the Raptors. So hopefully they get it figured out, because this is awful. This is getting really concerning levels of bad by the Raptors as of late. But well done for the Cavs getting it done. No Karis LeVert, no Jared Allen for the entire game, and they get it done. So, Darius Garland gets it done. We have Kevin Love, who, this is fantastic. If Jared Allen does go down, we can truly believe in Kevin Love. I mean, he was giving us great production coming off the bench the entire year, and we can know he can step up in the starting lineup whenever he needs to. So, a little bit of a silver lining if you're looking for one, Cavs fans. So, Kevin Love gets it done. 15 points, 9 rebounds. Yes, sir. Evan Mobley Mobley, 20 points, 17 rebounds, and even if we need Evan Mobley to step it up even more, playing the 4, playing down low, playing the, little bit of a big position, a rookie, getting it done. So, yeah, I don't think we have to worry. We love Jared Allen, but I think we're good. I think it's more concerning that Karis LeVert is still out than Jared Allen maybe missing a few games here and there. So, and once again, that's no disrespect on Jared Allen. We love the man. We didn't even want him here on the Cavs because we didn't think the Cavs would be relevant this season. We still wanted him on the Nets from that trade last season, but we digress. Jared Allen's fantastic. But Evan Mobley, the 20 points, 17 rebounds. Lauri Markkanen, 22 points, 12 rebounds. So they're able to get it done without Jared Allen. Fantastic. C.D. Osman, and here we go, making another claim, folks. C.D. Osman for 6th Man of the Year. I don't want him at number 1, okay? But in the discussion, you could talk him up all the way to number 2. Yeah, I would agree at that point. Number 1, it'd be a really big discussion. I don't know who's in front. Who's the front runner of 6th Man of the Year? DraftKings got that up. Let's see if we can bring that up quickly. I guess I haven't really given it much thought for kind of 6th Man of the Year. Player props, we get any of that? Are we not at the point where we can kind of bet on MVP? Can we not bet on MVP, or am I just missing it, folks? Winner special, is it over here? Conference, yeah, see, I don't understand. Yeah, we've been missing it. The MVP, I don't even think we saw NFL MVP. Am I just looking at the wrong place? NBA Finals, championship pages, player props. Yeah, see, I'm not getting it, folks. I'm not really seeing it for MVP 6th Man of the Year. Let me see if I can Google it quickly. NBA 6th Man of the Year odds. I want to just see who's kind of out in the front runner. Vegas Insider. Let's see what they've got going on. Vegas Insider here. Okay. 6th Man of the Year odds, I would say, at the current moment. When was this last updated? March 5th. All right. Yeah. So, okay, on Friday. Saturday, whatever that 5th was. Y'all know the 5th. March 5th. Y'all remember? Come on. All right, but here we go. Tyler Hero at the highest favorites at minus 2,000. So it already looks like it's a wrap for Tyler Hero. And yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Tyler Hero, I mean, we've been gushing about the man all season long, calling him Bubble Hero. What he was looking like in the NBA bubble. Not last season. 2 years ago in the NBA bubble, the man was going manic. Took a year off last year. And then is right back at it. So, all right, Tyler Hero at the favorite. Then we have Kelly Oubre Jr. at 2nd place at plus 2,500. That's interesting. I don't know if I necessarily agree. We get Kevin Love at 3rd place at plus 3,000. I love that respect. Montrezl Harrell at number 4 at plus 4,000. Love that respect. We get Buddy Hield at number 5. Well, that's kind of gone because, he's in the starting lineup now, and he was only off the bench with the Kings because they knew they were going to trade him. So I don't know if we should be kind of calling that 6th Man of the Year worthy. And we don't even look at this, folks. How many they got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They got the top 13, and C.D. Osman's not even in the top 13? They got Dennis Schroeder above C.D. Osman. They got Patty Mills. Folks, above C.D. Osman. And they got Anthony Simons out here. Anthony Simons not even off the bench. He's not even 6th man. What are you talking about? I get in the beginning, but, I mean, yeah, maybe like the first month. This is ridiculous. C.D. Osman needs to be in the discussion, please. Vegas, fix it, please. Okay, this is disrespectful. I have Dennis Schroeder, Patty Mills. Oh my God. Okay. So yeah, C.D. Osman definitely needs to be in the discussion. Absolutely. All right. So C.D. Osman, the 17 points, 3 of 9 from the 3 coming off the bench. Love it. And it's enough for the Cavs to get the win. And then over this Raptors team, who once again are struggling big time. They got Scotty Barnes. They move him at the 1. This is their new lineup now. Once again, having to move different pieces everywhere because, some players in and out of the lineup. So they had Scotty Barnes at the 1, Gary Trent Jr. at the 3, Chris Boucher at the, Scotty Barnes at the 1, Gary Trent Jr. at the 2, Chris Boucher at the 3, Siakam at the 4, and Kem Birch still at the 5. So Scotty Barnes at the 1, 19 points, still had 12 rebounds, but 6 assists as well. I mean, yeah, Scotty Barnes being able to kind of move everywhere. We love that. Gary Trent Jr., 19 points, doing Gary Trent Jr. things. Chris Boucher, 21 points, 7 rebounds, and Siakam, 24 points, led the team in scoring, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. So, yeah, all right, the top 4 got it done. Kem Birch at the 5 let us down a little bit, 5 points, 8 rebounds. He was a plus 20 on the floor, but only in 26 minutes, so not the greatest overall. And then, once again, nothing great off the bench because you had to get everybody to the starting lineup. And even Thaddeus Young let us down big time. No points and only 4 rebounds in 14 minutes, and he was a minus 17 in 14 minutes. So, Raptors, it's really just everything not being where it needs to be. Siakam's not going as great as he usually is, picking up the pieces and putting the team on his back. So, Raptors have truly fallen off. That's why they are no longer in our top 10 in the NBA. Folks had to knock them out, and man, oh man, I don't even see them in even kind of the top 13 anymore. They're starting to get kind of lost in the void here a little bit, and we absolutely hate that. So, Cavs get the win, 104-96 over the Raptors last night. All right, next game up here, and I am so pissed on this game, folks. Ooh, I'm so pissed on this game. Pelicans at the Nuggets. Nuggets get the win, but it took overtime, and y'all know how we feel about betting the Pelicans. We absolutely loved it. Doubled down last night. They were getting 3.5 points. We were going crazy over the value yesterday. Could not believe it. And here they are losing by 8. Unfortunate, 138-130 in overtime. But, let's hold on before y'all start crucifying me, saying, oh, see, y'all, you don't know what you're talking about. You scream here, and you don't even know what you're talking about. Told us Pelicans plus 3.5 was good value. Told us the Pelicans were a good team. Boom, move the Pelicans into the 7th spot in your power rankings. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, folks, well, you ready for kind of how it really went down? How this game really went down? Well, yes, the Pelicans were losing in the first half, but they come back and they get a nice kind of double-digit lead that they held into the fourth quarter, but the Nuggets doubled down in the fourth quarter and started to come back. And this is kind of why we lost it, because of free throws. We lost because of free throws last night, folks. I'm so disappointed in the Pelicans last night, making us look like clowns because they could not hit their free throws. So this was the situation, folks. 14 seconds left. Pelicans up 123-122. They foul Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram splits his free throws, so it's only a 2-point game instead of a 3-point game. The Nuggets get the ball with 3 seconds left, only down by 1. And Jokic goes to the line, hits 2 free throws, ties up the game at 124, and we go into overtime. And just the Nuggets, they retain their heat in overtime. And we know how overtime goes. One team retains their heat, one team flounders, and that's exactly what happened. But CJ McCollum makes that second free throw. They're up 3. Jokic can't just go to the line, get foul, and make 2 free throws because they're down by 3. So they have to attempt a 3-point shot. Does it fall? Does it go? If it falls, it still goes into overtime. But if it doesn't go, then we hit. They win outright. They don't need the 3.5 and all that. So, yes, folks, we lost officially. We lost our money. I get it. But we are still holding our kind of same position on the Pelicans. We will come down a tad on their clutch ability. Yes, that's coming down a little bit. But the special circumstances surrounding this, let's not overreact. Our thinking was right. And that's really the only thing that we want right on this show is our thinking. Our thinking was right. The Pelicans were winning in this game, winning in the fourth quarter, dominant in some stretches. Overall lost it. We understand that, but our overall thinking was still right on target. Once again, betting and thinking are 2 different things in sports. Every sport you talk about, that's why even, the most highly regarded, the highly kind of, praised sports analysis, sports broadcasters, they're not not, going 100% in their picks. Vegas isn't losing because of them and all that. It's a game, folks. The odds are always stacked against everybody, even if you know what you're talking about. So we pride ourselves on our thinking, and our thinking is still on par. Yes, we lost money, and obviously that's the worst thing. We absolutely hate it. We're not, trying to play it down. We just want to put it in perspective. That's why we don't love tracking all of our picks and our bets. I mean, there's apps for it. We understand why people do it, but at the end of the day, folks, these bad beats, we've all experienced them. We all know what they are, folks, and I don't know if we should be I don't think we should be penalized for like bad wild beats and not hitting free throws. I don't know if we should be penalized on that. If y'all think we should be penalized, okay, y'all can still penalize us, but we're still gonna be here. We're not gonna stop the show because the Pelicans lost in wild fashion. We're not gonna do any of that. So we still have the Pelicans coming down a little bit in the clutchability. Still gonna be betting on them. Just a little disappointed that they couldn't close out the game. So that will be reflected in the power rankings and all that. Their clutchability is going to be in question, and this is the worst time to question any clutchability because what do we talked about all day? The Celtics clutchability. This Nuggets team clutchability that we can add to the list. The Bucks clutchability. We got clutchable teams out here. So if you're not going to be a clutchable team, you better figure out how to be a clutchable team. So Pelicans, this is your one warning. Okay? Get clutch, because I want to keep talking you up. But if you're not going to be clutching and hitting these free throws, we're going to get a little impatient. Right now, we still got our patience, holding our patience in our hands. But I'll drop the patience. Don't make me drop the patience out here, Pelicans, okay? Okay? All right, now that we're all on the same page, we forgive the Pelicans a tad. All right, but let's start here with the Nuggets since they got the win. Here we go. Jokic, 46 points, 11 assists, 12 rebounds, plus 22 on the floor. I mean, the highest plus minus by a mile, doing his thing. Yes, sir, Jokic, he's MVP. Once again, what are we talking about? If you're not talking about Jokic as MVP, I don't know what you are truly talking about. It's like if you're not talking money, I don't want to talk. If you're not talking Jokic for MVP, I don't want to talk, honestly, okay? So Jokic getting it done, fantastic, clutch. Hit the 2 free throws at the end of regulation to go into overtime. Fantastic. So Jokic, 46 points, 11 assists, 12 rebounds, triple-double. That's a triple-double, folks. 4 blocks, 3 steals. I mean, the man almost had like a quintuple double, folks. So it's just crazy. So Jokic, give this man his praise, please. Okay. Start respecting Jokic. Start respecting Jason Tatum, folks. Okay. I almost give y'all homework on a daily basis of start respecting some of these players, and y'all just throw egg in my face every single time. Jason Tatum still getting insulted as a superstar. Ugh. And Jokic, nobody wants to give him MVP. Y'all are scraping the bottom of the barrel. Somehow, it's just so crazy. Somehow, Steph Curry's still in the MVP discussion. The Warriors are still in the top 10 category. I just don't understand y'all sometimes, but we're trying to digress out here, folks. Once again, folks, I don't like to kind of say, I'm the end all be all of the truth. Whatever I say goes and all that. I let y'all have your opinions. I love y'all having your own opinion, but sometimes, folks, y'all go out of your mind. Y'all go out of your mind thinking sometimes, and that's where we have to kind of put our foot down. All right, let's kind of get refocused. Are y'all truly believing this, or are y'all just kind of trolling out here? That's where y'all's thinking goes sometimes. Like, I can't even decipher, is this the truth? Are y'all speaking truth, or are y'all just kind of, clowning around a little bit? And as of recently, y'all have been clowning more than you have really not been clowning. So let's rein it in a little bit. Y'all are looking to give the MVP award to everybody but Jokic, and I really don't understand why. So let's all retool, regroup. Yes, take a deep breath in, breathe out. Let's watch this week, recenter, and then come out with the best that we've all got next week. Yes, I'll give y'all a week free pass. Y'all can go clownish, go absolutely to the extreme, both extreme ends of clownery. Do that. Let's refocus next week, okay? Because we got to get back on track a little bit. Y'all are going off the rails as of recently, and I don't think we should be. I don't think we should all just kind of let this. I think somebody has to speak up, and here I am speaking up. So let's all relax, go clown wild this week. We'll regroup next Monday, yes? I'll give you 1 free week of clownery pass, and it begins today. So take this, do whatever you want this week. Next week, we're all getting re-centered, refocused, okay? All right. And I get it, folks. I mean, sometimes you all just have to say something to see how it feels. I mean, that's what we do. We say some things. We'll say it out loud because we can't just think it, folks. Yes, we think everything through. We get all that aspect. Don't come at me. But at some point, you just need to kind of say it out loud. And how does it feel saying it out loud? And how does it feel the next day after you said that out loud? Do you have to kind of correct it? Do you have to shift it a little bit? We just said Jason Tatum's a bona fide superstar. I don't think we're going to be kind of, retracting that. But now that it's out in the open, we said it officially out loud. We're going to be kind of sleeping at night, kind of thinking about that. Are we still thinking about that 2 weeks down the line? The answer is going to be yes, but still, it's the example of getting it out there, saying it, standing up confidently and saying this. I can stand up confidently and still say Jason Tatum is a superstar. Those words didn't come out of my mouth, and I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe not. I'm feeling good. Those words are feeling good off of my tongue. Jason Tatum, superstar. Jason Tatum, superstar. Those words are feeling good off my tongue. I want them back in my mouth. I want to taste those words again. Let me suck up those words again. Yeah, Jason Tatum, superstar. Man, oh man, those words. Ooh, are those words hitting your ear good? Do I need to say them again, folks, for those ears of yours? Because I'm hearing them in my ears as well. They're going out of my mouth, in my ear, back out of my mouth, back in my ear. They're feeling good, folks. Jason Tatum, superstar. Oof, man, oh man, all those words feeling good in my ears, man. Man, oh man, I just need a loop of Jason Tatum, superstar, in my ears, out of my mouth. I don't know how I'll get it, but y'all are gonna see me on the news tomorrow. Local man locked up for in a sale asylum because he only can repeat 3 words: Jason Tatum, superstar. And if that has to be my legacy of going absolutely asylum crazy for Jason Tatum, I think I'm comfortable with that. That's the way me going out. Jason Tatum, superstar, feeling good, said out loud. Not taking that one back. Yeah, not taking that one back. So I get it, folks. Sometimes you got to take everything back. I said something maybe a little bit premature, maybe a little, maybe not quite ready. I'll take it back maybe the next day, 2 days on the show. But Jason Tatum, superstar, is not going anywhere, folks. So don't get your hopes up on that. Don't get your hopes up on that one. All right, so back to this game here. Nuggets, Jokic going crazy. Aaron Gordon, yeah. What did we wanted by Aaron Gordon, folks? 20 plus points a night? We just got 28 points. 8 rebounds by the man on 52% shooting. Yeah. Most of his points coming from the free throw line. I mean, 10 of his 28 coming from the free throw line, so you take all the free throws out. Man's only got 18 points. Classic Aaron Gordon, but hey, you got to the free throw line. You did whatever it took to get those points, so yeah, keep that up, yeah. Monte Morris still playing the one, 18 points, 8 assists, fantastic. The bench is on fire. We had Bones Highland doing Bones Highland things, 11 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. JaMychal Green, 10 points, 8 rebounds in only 18 minutes. Bryn Forbes letting us down a slight tad, 7 points. He shot 5 shots, 40%, 1 of 3 from the 3. So overall, we can rely on Bryn Forbes. 7 points is still respectable. And this Nuggets team overall gets it done behind the triple-double by the two-time back-to-back MVP Jokic. That's all it is. All right, and then for the Pelicans. What do we got here? Brandon Ingram, 38 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. Brandon Ingram going crazy. Besides that missed free throw, he missed 2 free throws all game, 1 in the absolute clutch. Come on, Brandon. Come on. We don't like to be disappointed in Brandon Ingram, especially when you're dropping 38 points on 50% shooting. Missed 2 free throws. One lost us the bet. Lost us the game. Potentially. Still could have hit a 3 to tie it up. We get it, but still at the end of the day, are they going to hit that 3? Who knows? I say no, but it still could have been yes. But still, we're thinking about it because Brandon Ingram could not hit that final free throw. So, Brandon Ingram, everything else besides that free throw, good. We get Valanciunas, 19 points, 14 rebounds. McCollum, 24 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds. I mean, that's the big 3, folks. How fantastic was that? Devontae Graham was the only other double-digit scorer besides the big three, and he was coming off the bench, 12 points. We give him credit. Jackson Hayes still in the starting lineup, 6 points, 6 rebounds, only on 6 shots, but he was a +8 on the floor, so we give him credit. And then Willie Hernangomez, 8 points, 8 rebounds coming off the bench as well. So Pelicans' big three is fantastic. Definitely need a little bit more consistent scoring production from the role players. But, once again, we can still rely on Jackson Hayes. We can still rely on, Tony Snell to get us some points here and there. So we're not tripping over the Pelicans losing too much. I don't want to kind of, go overboard and, I'm blanking on the word. It's not overboard. I didn't want to say the word overboard, but overboard came out. I don't want to overreact on this Pelicans team losing. Let's take a deep breath. Let's see what they do in their next game, and let's see what their next game is, because they are going to have to kind of make up a little bit. Once again, we're not overreacting. We're not going overboard, but they are going to have to kind of make it up to us a little bit in their next game. So Pelicans don't play today. Good. They get a break off, and then they face the Grizzlies tomorrow. So that's going to be the game. Go out and win that game, cover the spread, whatever it is. And that's going to be kind of our next gauge going forward. But I'm not going to overreact on the Pelicans for missing that free throw. It's unfortunate. It's frustrating. It's infuriating, but I don't think we should overreact. Nuggets get the win, 138-130. All right, and then the last game of the night here, man, oh man, really couldn't even get worse. Coming off that Pelicans game, right kind of into the Knicks-Clippers game, where the Knicks finally win one. Okay, our sponsors, this isn't in the contract. I think I have to let this one slide, but Knicks get the win, 116-93 over the Clippers. Now, we did know this Knicks win was coming. I mean, their losses these last 4 or 5 games, 6 games, they've really kind of been a little bit brutal. Having the lead, looking good, losing in the fourth quarter, losing by a buzzer beater in their very last matchup. Now you're here in LA against the Clippers team with real no superstar, all-star on your team, on that team, and the Knicks finally were able to win a game. So yes, the Knicks won, but once again, we're not going to overreact and say the Knicks are back. They're still not back. Our Julius Randle still played like garbage. It was still really RJ Barrett to really kind of help out the Knicks. Once again, it's really always RJ Barrett having good games every single night. So, not overreacting on the Knicks winning here. They had to finally get a win. Nobody goes defeated throughout an entire NBA season. We knew wins were going to be here and there. Just don't want them very frequent. So, we're still having this Knicks team as our official sponsor. We're betting against them every single time. That it still stands until more wins come. Once maybe 3 in a row hit, then we're going to have to kind of renegotiate our sponsorship contract, but we'll keep y'all updated on negotiation contract talks, because our lawyers are always in constant contact, folks. Yes, this is a very complicated contract going, where our sponsor is actually going against the actual team. You don't see that happening. You don't get commercials and sponsorships knocking that team. So it's a very complicated deal. It is a deal. It is real, folks. We just can't show it on camera, okay? But it is a real deal, okay? Lots of moving parts, lots of lawyers involved, and we're constantly in contact. But we are still going forward with our partnership with the Knicks moving forward. But the Knicks get a nice win here, 116-93, finally, not being deserved to be called trash. So Knicks, enjoy this 2-day stretch you've got going on, because your next game, when you lose, you're going right back to trash. Oh no, maybe not, because the Knicks play tonight. So you might want to enjoy the last few hours of not being able to be called trash, Knicks. So take this time, rejoice in the time, because I don't know when you're going to be able to get this time back, okay? All right, so here we go for the Knicks. We get Julius Randle doing nothing. 10 points, 8 rebounds on 25% shooting, a -2 on the floor. The only -2 of the entire team. Yes, Ryan Arcidiacono, that played 6 minutes that nobody's ever heard of. Okay, he was a -3. Everybody else was a positive, okay? Played 6 minutes. Ryan Arcidiacono. Yes? Okay. So Julius Randle, flounder performance. RJ Barrett, though, got it done, 24 points, 9 rebounds. We had Alec Burks, 15 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Finally, some decent guard play. And this is so funny, folks. The Knicks win, so you'd probably say, oh, Julius Randle went off. Oh, Evan Fournier went off. No. No. So we know this Knicks team is still not going to be good after this game. Julius Randle, the 10 points on 25% shooting. Evan Fournier, 7 points on 35% shooting. 1 assist, 1 rebound, doing absolutely nothing. And he was still a +1 on the floor, so yeah, okay, this is not a good team still overall. Mitchell Robinson had a great night. We are really kind of liking the Knicks bigs. RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, and really kind of Jericho Sims, I'm kind of buying into him a little bit more as they progress. So Mitchell Robinson at the 5, 12 points, 11 rebounds. Jericho Sims, their backup big, who we really kind of started to kind of gush over when we did our live watch of the Knicks and 76ers last week. We saw Jericho Sims, and we were loving what we saw, and this is really continuing ever since that game. Jericho Sims, 19 minutes off the bench, 4 points, but he had 11 rebounds. And he was a +15 in 19 minutes. So giving Jericho Sims big time credit out here. Love watching this man grow. Believe he's a rookie. So continuing to get better. Love seeing that. Cam Reddish finally getting some quality minutes off the bench. 25 minutes. Love that. Put up 17 points. We'll take it. And then Emmanuel Quickly, once again, solid minutes coming off the bench, 28 minutes, 21 points, 6 assists, 10 rebounds. Why is he not the starting point guard? I don't know. He should be the starting one. Absolutely. But here we are, still coming off the bench. So, well done for the Knicks, finally getting a win, well past due for one. Well past due. It was like a 6-7 game losing streak they were on. And then for the Clippers, folks. Letting us down big time. Nicholas Batum, 7 points on 20% shooting. Marcus Morris, 4 points on 22% shooting. Letting us down big time. Reggie Jackson, 10 points on 22% shooting. 0 of 8 from the 3. So the usual scoring suspects by the Clippers did not score last night. That will lose the game, absolutely. The leading scorer was Isaiah Hartenstein with 14 points. Yeah, that's not winning games, folks. So everything's so lackluster by the Clippers last night, and really for this Clippers team, I mean, this is a winnable game. They're supposed to be kind of the lackluster teams. That's kind of the Clippers' MO at the current moment with no Paul George. They're able to beat the mediocre, below-average teams in a little bit of convincing fashion. They did nothing of the sorts here. So absolutely trash. And excuse me, Amir Coffey was the leading scorer with 16 points. Doesn't make that much of a difference, but Amir Coffey is still a nice, bright, glowing spot on this Clippers team. So shout out to Amir Coffey with 16 points. But the Clippers lose by big time, 93-116. All right, those were all the games last night, but we have some exciting news here. Breaking, Draymond Green is expected to return in 7 to 10 days for the Warriors. That's big time. The Warriors have floundered ever since he got injured and had to leave. I think they're like 15-16 without him, so they definitely need him back. He's a leader, facilitator, defender, all of that on the floor, so they desperately need him back so the Warriors can potentially get back in the top 10, so Curry can kind of maybe potentially return to superstar status and all that. So Draymond Green coming back in 7 to 10 days, absolutely fantastic. And we'll see if the Warriors can get back on track with him, because the Warriors have been falling, folks. They are now officially, is this right? They got the 2 seed back because the Grizzlies lost last night. How absolutely trash. You lose to the Rockets to lose the 2 seed in the Western Conference, Grizzlies? Oh my goodness. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So, Warriors getting Draymond Green back in 7 to 10 days. Absolutely fantastic. All right, that was all the NBA from last night. Now let's quickly see what we've got on tap tonight in the NBA and see if we can make a little bit of money here and do a little bit better than yesterday. Not bad yesterday. We had the Celtics -6. They only win by 6, so that's a push. We had a prop bet going. Kyrie Irving over 2.5 threes. He only hit 2, so classic there. Bucks -8.5. They win by 10. We cover that one. Cavs -4. They win by 8. We cover that one. Pelicans +3.5. Yeah. For y'all just listening, I did a gym look to the camera. Yeah, that's Pelicans +3. And then we had the Clippers -5, betting against our sponsors, and y'all know that how that turned out. So definitely needed to do a little bit better than last night, but that's what we're looking to do, folks. So let's double down. Let's truly make sure we are on the right side of these values, and let's see what we've got on tap tonight in the NBA. So here we go. Some nice games to choose from. So we have our pick here. All right, first game up here, we get the Bulls at the 76ers. Bulls +7.5. Wow. 76ers -7.5. Woof. Interesting spread here. Now, we just saw this Bulls team once again not close out in the fourth quarter against the Bucks in their last game, and I forgot what that spread was. Can I go back to this? They lost by 6, and the official spread was 5. Bucks -5, and the Bulls were winning that entire game until the fourth quarter, where they could not close it out. This Bulls team also struggles to win against kind of the playoff caliber teams. This 76ers team is a playoff caliber team, so the Bulls +7.5, folks. It's mirage value. Yes, it looks like a vending machine that's going to quench your dehydration in the Sahara Desert, and then the closer you get to that spread, that vending machine, it turns into a cactus, and you got screwed, and now you're in the desert, the middle of nowhere, thirsty as heck, and you're about to die. Your time is up. You're gonna die of dehydration. It's unfortunate, but you believed into the vending machine. That was the cactus. That's what this Bulls team is at the current moment. Kirk Cousins is the vending machine. The Bulls' value is that vending machine in the Sahara Desert. It is a mirage, folks. It looks like good value, not good value at the end of the day. So, Bulls +7.5 here. Let's see the ins and outs. And even this, what the hell is this? Vucevic, a game time decision, and they're still only +7.5, folks? I mean, no, thank you. So, and then for the 76ers, everybody's good besides Paul Millsap. So, I like the 76ers here to win this game. The spread, I don't really like it either way. I don't love the 7.5 there, but with the Bulls, and I don't like swallowing 7.5 here with the 76ers. Once again, 76ers a little bit, they do have the endurance at the current moment. Is it going to keep up? Do they win by 8? Maybe only about like 6 or 7 because it was close all game, and then the Bulls, beefed it at the end. So don't love this value any way I slice it. So we'll just watch and learn. Watch and learn. This is a watch and learn game. Is this on television? It should. No, we get any games on TV tonight, folks? We just had that great 4-game, 2 separate double headers last night. And now we get no NBA on tonight. It's like, come on. What else are we supposed to watch? Hockey? I do like hockey. I'm not knocking on hockey, but come on. It's the NBA. It's a little bit better. A little bit better than hockey. It's a little bit more recognizable than hockey. Once again, no disrespect to hockey, but they're not helping themselves by trying to market that sport, folks, truly. No games on tonight. How absolutely disappointing. Alrighty. So staying away from Bulls 76ers, folks. Next game up, we got the Hawks at the Pistons. Alrighty. We get Hawks -7.5, Pistons +7.5, and man, the Pistons again at home. Oh man, I think I kind of like the value with the Pistons and 7.5 points here, folks. Nice 2-game winning streak, winning some games out here, covering their spreads as of recent. There's some bettability on this Pistons team, folks. Just got to make sure everybody's good to go. For the Hawks, Kevin Huerter's a game-time decision. And for the Pistons, Frank Jackson is out, and Hamidou Diallo is a game-time decision. So, Frank Jackson going to kind of miss a little bit of their bench depth a little bit, but I still like the Pistons. They're at home. They're looking really good. Cade Cunningham, Jeremy Grant, Sadiq Bey, the big three are truly getting it done. Isaiah Stewart, the starting big for the Pistons, and then the backup big. Why am I blanking on his name? Because he's been so dominant coming off the bench as of recent. I'm going to get his name up in 1 second, folks. Here it is. It's Isaiah Stewart's getting it done in the starting lineup, and then we get who is it? Oh, hey, maybe I've got the wrong team. I may be thinking about the wrong team. All these bigs, folks, these bench bigs, getting inside my head. I'm mixing them up. Am I bugging? I may be bugging a little bit. All right. Yeah, it's not Kelly Olynyk. I still like Kelly Olynyk, but I thought, well, who was I thinking of? Who was I thinking of? That's real interesting. Who were we thinking of? If y'all could tell me who we were thinking of, another big. They must have just played him. Is he on the Pacers? I may have been thinking of... I don't know. I don't know who I was thinking of, but Pistons. Either way, I can rely on their big three, and they've just been getting it done. They've been looking so good after the All-Star break. Truly, kind of now that they know what their team is after the trade deadline and all that. I'm buying the Pistons plus 7.5 here, folks. Hawks. They're still a little bit of a mystery team. Are they actually good or not? Because we're getting glimpses kind of almost every single game. You know, they have a good game, but then they stink it up, and then they're right back to being good, back to being mediocre. It's really kind of up and down every single game here. So no bettability with the Hawks, especially on the road. I'm taking the 7.5 here by the Pistons, and I'm going to ride this Pistons train until it's over. And so far, it's coming around on schedule, right on time. So let me get the Pistons plus 7.5 here. All right, next game up here, we get the Rockets at the Heat. Rockets plus 15, Heat minus 15. Rockets on the back-to-back. No, thank you. Especially 15 points like that. Definitely no, thank you. All right, next game up, we get the Blazers at the Timberwolves. Blazers plus 15, Timberwolves minus 15. Man, oh man, these big spreads. Timberwolves on the back-to-back. No, they are not. Okay. Okay, none of these teams are on the back-to-back, so they are eligible to be bet on, but 15 points like this. For the Blazers, Anthony Simons is out. Man, oh man, this should be like Timberwolves minus 40. You crazy? Yeah, Blazers plus 15. No, thank you. For the Timberwolves, Patrick Beverley, a game-time decision. Anthony Edwards, a game-time decision. So Timberwolves should win this one, no problem. But, you know, too many game-time decisions. Minus 15, a little bit too much. Or is this the fear talking again, folks? This may be the fear talking because you're telling me no Anthony Simons. I mean, what the hell are they going to be running with, folks? So, D'Angelo Russell, Karl Anthony Towns, they should be able to get it done by themselves. Timberwolves didn't play last night. Why do I feel like I just talked about them? I know I do the show every single day, blending together a little bit. Yeah, okay, they did not play last night. So, all right, folks, I think that was the fear talking a little earlier. I mean, no Anthony Simons. What's the bettability? What is the bettability? Absolutely not. So, yeah, Timberwolves minus 15. It's a large spread, but that was the fear talking earlier. We got to swallow the 15 there, folks. Alrighty, next game up, Lakers at the Spurs. Lakers plus 2.5, Spurs minus 2.5. Lakers coming off that LeBron 57-point performance, maybe a little infectious. There's still no bettability on the Lakers. Let's get that right, yes? LeBron James went manic like LeBron James can do any given night. So we know that is doable. We'll see how long it goes on for. So we're going to stay away from this game regardless because they still may, and still everybody's talking about it because it's the Monday. Once again, I mean, we're talking about a Saturday game on Monday. I mean, once again, yes, mainstream sports. Can we be done with the overall just kind of mainstreamness? I mean, if you got to talk every single day, you miss it. And that's what we do here on the show. That's why we do the daily show every day, not just weekdays. And we're off on the weekends. Traditional media, it's dying, folks. Traditional media where it's set rules. This time slot, hour. We only have an hour. You only have an hour show Monday through Friday. Then we have to move on to the next guy for an hour and all that. It's a dinosaur, folks. It's boomer thinking. We've got to stay up on these narratives. What is happening every single game? Because from Saturday to Monday, folks, everything's changed, folks. Things change from Saturday to Monday, and then the people on Monday are still talking about Saturday, so they don't care about the Sunday and all that, and then you're behind and all that. So got to stay up to the date. That's why, for the most part, we are about a week early on everything that we say compared to the national media, because they're still on Saturday's LeBron's 57-point performance. Yes, it was great. We move on. 2 days later. Come on, all right? So, going to stay away from betting this one. Lakers plus 2.5, Spurs minus 2.5. Lakers, we got LeBron James game time decision, and Kendrick Nunn is still out. For the Spurs, we get Devin Vassell, Lonnie Walker, Keita Bates, Diop, a game time decision, all three of them. So, going to stay away from this one. We'll see how the Lakers respond after this, and definitely an interesting spread with the Lakers plus the points. Seems like good value, but once again, Vegas throws in these trick 2-point spreads as of recently. Lakers, I'm gonna tell it right now, folks, you must stay away from this one. Lakers plus 2.5 is a trap bet. It's a trap bet. This is enticing. Take the points. What have we seen all game long ever since the All-Star break? There's about one spread value value. 2, 2.5. We saw 1, 3, but for the most part, it's always 2, 2.5 point spreads that look like great value. Take the points. Take the points. It's great value. Turns out it's not. And the winner of all these 2, 2.5 point spread games that Vegas has been sending out since the All-Star break, they end up being kind of like 8 or more point victories. Well, when you're looking at a 2, 2.5 point spread, Vegas says, hey, this is going to come down to the wire. This is going to be a close scoring game. Close game at the final buzzer. But at the end, 11, 12 point wins here. So Lakers plus 2.5 is a trap bet, folks. Stay away. Do not bet this game. All right, next game up here, we get the Jazz at the Mavericks. And wow, look at this spread. Holy cow. Jazz -1, Mavericks +1. Wow. Jazz getting absolutely no love by Vegas in the betting department. Once again, against the Pelicans, only -4. We love the Pelicans, but we thought the Jazz would be way more favored than that. Against this Mavericks team, they're only -1. We love this Mavericks team, so real interesting spread here by Vegas. Jazz on the back-to-back, so we will stay away from this one. But Mavericks +1 is definitely enticing, and it's almost getting me ready to break our rule of never betting back-to-backs. Everybody's good to go for the Jazz, and for the Mavericks, we get Tim Hardaway still out, Jalen Brunson out, Maxi Kleber and Luka Doncic, both game-time decisions. But with the spread like this, you have to assume both of them are playing. But we will stay away from it because it is a back-to-back for the Jazz. Then we get the Warriors at the Nuggets. Nuggets on the back-to-back, so we stay away from this one. Warriors +8. Man, oh man. That seems like good value too. We love the Nuggets. Oh, Steph Curry's out. Yeah, Steph Curry's out. Klay Thompson's out. Andrew Wiggins is out. Yeah, so that is absolutely not good value. Everybody playing, yeah, I take that. But back-to-back, everybody out for the Warriors. Stay away from it. And then the final game of the night, Knicks at the Kings. Knicks +4. Kings -4. Knicks on the back-to-back. We got to stay away from it, even though it is our sponsor, actually. So we do have to take it. We are contractually obligated to take the Kings -4 tonight. So we will put this in our betting slip as well. Kings -4. We are under contract of betting against the Knicks, so that's what it is. So Kings -4. Yes, the Knicks are on the back-to-back, but in writing, we must take them or we get sued. You think I want to get sued? Of course not. So we got to bet the back-to-back tonight. Kings -4, but here we go. Knicks, Taj Gibson is a game-time decision. Nerlens Noel, a game-time decision, and Luka Samanik is a game-time decision. And then for the Kings, we get Jeremy Lamb is a game-time decision, but we're going to take the Kings -4 here. Knicks finally got their win. They probably popped bottles in the locker room, celebrated all night, partied all night before they even took off to go to Sacramento to go and play the Kings later tonight at another late game, 10:40. Yeah, the Kings -4 should be able to take care of business. This Knicks team, once again, I'm sure they come out flat-footed here. Yes, they finally got a win. They don't know what that has felt like all year long, so celebrating, undisciplined, not going to be ready to go here. Kings -4. Let's get back on track of betting against our sponsor and make up from last night. Yes? Yes, sounds good. Alrighty, so that is what we've got tonight, folks. Pistons +7.5 here. Really kind of just the best value overall for tonight. Got to swallow the 15 with the Timberwolves because it's just too much by the Blazers, honestly. Too many outs. And then for the Kings, betting against our sponsors, Kings -4. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us today. I know we spent the entire day on the NBA. That was not planned, but we had to go into Jason Tatum, folks, honestly. Got to kind of set the record straight a little bit. The man is a superstar. Yes, folks, are we all on the same page now, folks? We should be. All right, so we're back live tomorrow, noon Eastern. We will try to get into our NFL final thoughts. I know we're going to have to scrap this. If we don't get it done by March Madness, folks, we have to scrap it because we have to talk about March Madness, talk about that, and then we have to get ready for the NFL draft. So there's really no more time to fool around on the show, but here we are still kind of fooling around a little bit. But once again, I've been sitting on the Jason Tatum thing for too long. I reached my point this morning. Once again, it's just every single week y'all want to start. I think we talked about DeMar DeRozan on a Monday. They all come back on these Monday shows and start talking crazy because once again, you don't keep up over the weekend. So y'all just go crazy because because you had 2 days of not talking about sports, so you just go crazy on the Monday. So once again, traditional media is dead. Stop with the Monday through Friday. We have shows every day over here. So why are you not watching Takes by Fans? Why are you still watching traditional media when you have to just watch it 1 day a week, one day for 5 days a week? Like, what is that? Okay. We're digressing over here, folks. We are digressing. Alrighty. So, yeah, what was this? We said this on February 25th. When was February 25th? Was that a Monday, folks? Y'all got me riled up on a Monday. Y'all got me riled up. When was that? 25th. Y'all got me riled up on a Friday. Damn, y'all got me riled up on a Friday that day. Okay. All right, start of the week, end of the week. That's when y'all get the craziest. All right, we're starting to see a pattern now. Mondays, Fridays, y'all go crazy. Okay, we get it. We get it now. Alrighty, folks, we are out of here. We're back tomorrow, live noon Eastern. Do it all again. We'll try to get to our NFL final thoughts for the AFC North. But that is going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Make a little bit of money tonight. Love the Pistons plus 7.5. That's really all there is. So, yeah, Pistons plus 7.5. Make a little bit of money. We will see you tomorrow when we're all cashing out. A little bit richer tomorrow. Waking up a little bit richer. How great is that? Yes, folks? The best feeling in the world. Alrighty, folks. So we will see you tomorrow, folks. Have an absolute great day, and we will see you back here tomorrow, folks. You better be back here. We'll be here. All right, folks. We